Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of A Good Game. Swiftpen, playing a good game. Dark Souls. Alright, been a long time since I've recorded this, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing. I know I just killed the Taurus demon. As you see, my weapon changed. I went back and leveled up so I could use the Uchi Katana, which is a really good dexterity weapon. Which is good because I'm going dexterity. But yeah, we're gonna go kill a little mini boss. If you see that door I just opened, it requires the master key. If you don't have the master key, you can't open it from that area, but you can get the master key pretty easily, I think. Especially if you pick it as your starting gift, which I did not. I chose Thief, I think. Anyway, here's Havel. I guess he's a mini boss of sorts, and he's very difficult at this point in the game. He's definitely not someone you want to fight. He can basically one-shot me at this point, but I can backstab him. And that does a pathetic amount of damage. But with enough time and enough patience, you can do it. You can kill Havel the Rock and take his ring. I don't need it, not now, but it's one of the only early game rings you can get. Now, if you see, that would have hit me, I would have died. But I'm good. I'm good at games, and this is a good game. I'm good at a good game. I also have fought this guy billions of times. I guess I have experience. So yeah. Actually, the last time I played a Dark Souls game was Dark Souls 2, which I've been attempting to run through on Xbox. It's difficult. It's a lot more difficult than this game. Like this game, you can do this. Watch. Like just kinda... Okay, this is a bad example. This is Dark Souls 2 difficulty right here. You just put the circle around so infinitely. But with this, you can just get behind them, bop, and they're dead. Except this guy's gonna take a lot more hits than that to be killed. That was a terrible idea. Okay. I almost died then. But this isn't a very fun fight. If I had the editing chops, I guess I would fast forward through this. I'll just be doing 37 consistent damage. The katanas, I'm using this Uchi Katana, which is the earliest katana you can get in the game without. I actually think it's... Okay, I'm bad. I'm bad at video games. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the earliest katana you can get in the game, which you get from killing the Undead Merchant, which I did in the first video, I'm guessing. I don't think I would skip something like that, but anyway, I'm probably gonna... I don't need to kill Havel. I might just skip him, but see, if I was running a strength build, I would definitely want to kill him, because the rank he gives you reduces equip load, so you could equip a lot heavier armored weapons while still fast rolling. Like, no, it's not fast roll. I'll show you fast roll. That is not... wow, it's a fast roll. Well, see, it's very fast. It's the fastest roll, most iframes. Let me finagle this. The ring's amazing. Oh, okay, that was my gift. That'll be useful later. But, so anyway, I don't think I'm gonna kill Havel. I'll skip him for now. Like I said, very useful in a strength build. The only reason I'm skipping him is because I'm running a dexterity build, which you don't need that for. That nonsense, I suppose. Doesn't mean it's not useful. Like, you see how I'm not fast rolling? Yeah, Havel's ring would fix that. It's a pretty significant bonus. Yeah. Oh yeah, like I was saying about Dark Souls 2, it's weird because all the animations and stuff they're very different. The Estus drinking animation is a lot slower, a lot harder to time in Dark Souls 2. Well, not, yeah, it is harder. It's I actually like that feature. That's an interesting, unique feature. It's not contrived or anything like the flipping, the tracking. Like these guys, did you see that corpse just fly up? I've never seen another enemy interact with the corpses. That's ridiculous. I love it. I was talking about Dark Souls 2. A lot of the animations are so much harder to time. They're a lot slower, a lot nicer looking. Everything's pretty rough in this game. That's like I was looking up some stuff on Dark Souls 3, and everyone was just like, "Oh, so it's going to be a dark fantasy," as opposed to the high fantasy style of Dark Souls 2. And I'm like, "Wow, I never thought about that." How Dark Souls 2 is a lot more high fantasy than it is dark fantasy. Like this is obviously dark fantasy. It's very gritty, very rough. How am I hitting his shield? I'm hitting him from behind. Oh, God. I swear if I did this fucking spear guy. Yeah, this world's obviously very gritty, very gross. You got blood through these mountains. Even the mountains are gross. But with Dark Souls 2, everything's kind of pretty. I mean, yeah, there are gross areas. There's the one, the harvest. I'm not even gonna attempt the name. The place with the poison lake. That looks gross. It's like Harvest Valley, I think. It looks very gross. But the rest of the areas, especially like Majula, Heidi's Tower of Flame. Of course, if you haven't played Dark Souls 2, I don't know why I'm going on about it. I like it. There are good parts like proper dual wielding, added weapon types, added armors, added covenants. It's a lot of new content for the Souls series, and that's good. I guess people are calling it Soulsborne now, with Bloodborne being the thing that happened. I have no hands-on experience with Bloodborne or Demon Souls for that matter, but I watched the Game Grumps playthrough of Bloodborne, and I have to say it looks pretty darn good. People in the Dark Souls community like VatiVidya, Lobos, they claim that Bloodborne, I don't know about VatiVidya, I don't know why I mentioned him. Lobos, in one of his streams, said that he enjoys Bloodborne over Dark Souls, both Dark Souls games, and from what I've seen, I have no reason to disagree with him. It's a very beautiful game, very challenging with hardly any shields. I guess that's just because I've used a lot of great shields in my day. Okay, now we're gonna meet an NPC, the actual game I'm playing right now that I might commentate on every once in a while. NPC. This guy's name is Solaire. You might have heard of him. Started a lot of memes, a lot of silly stuff, but I'm gonna... Solaire of Astora.
I am undead. I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. No need to hide.
You gotta be nice to him. You gotta be like, I don't think you're strange. You don't scare me. We'll listen to your proposition.
In a land, so what do you
Yeah, we'll help each other on a lonely journey. It gives you this, which you could put it on a summon sign. Which I'm not gonna do, I don't think. But yeah, this is my favorite one. I flippin' love it. You miss it, you must be blind. Get all his dialogue. If you play this game, if you ever play flipping Dark Souls 1, just completely use everyone's dialogue at every opportunity. I don't think I can answer it. This part sucks. I hate this part. Like, honestly. Freaking dragon. Well, Drake. Mind my grammar, my dragon knowledge. Oh my god, I hate this. But it's necessary. It's a necessary part of the game. See a shortcut to that bonfire. So yeah, Solaires were pretty cool guy. Even the white soapstone. This guy in the fire. Good flames. So this guy, he just kind of fires, resets. Then if I walked out of there again, I could fire again. Which, don't want that. You don't want to be fired. Yeah, give it some time. I guess I'll take this. Oh, okay. Because he's an idiot, he walks down there, you gotta flipping run for your life. Because, he actually has some fire attacks that he uses from on the bridge. Like, he could probably kill me right now. Oh god. Oh, use the bonfire, use the bonfire. Okay. Okay. That is terrifying. He doesn't come back very fast. If I was doing a strength build, this would be one of my main items right here. Here's I believe this is the Claymore. One of these dead guys. Probably died to the flipping dragon. Anyway, what I've been up to lately is I started playing Neptunia Rebirth 2. I got over the lag. I got over my my insistence on 60 FPS, which I don't do. I don't do that. I'm not that kind of person. Though I don't judge people who are. People who are sticklers for that kind of thing. I don't judge you. Completely logical complaint. Though I blame my laptop personally because it's a pretty new game. I think 2014 release on the PS Vita. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. It's bringing a lot of fresh stuff from the original game that I wouldn't have expected them to do, and it's fun. I've heard it has a lot less content, a lot less dungeons. From I tell, less characters, or about the same. But I'm enjoying every minute of it, and I'm glad the sequel's so good. I'm actually planning on starting a playthrough of the first Rebirth game, the first remake, technically. I'm gonna try and work something out. The thing is, the main problem with recording that is that technically a lot of the portions are visual novel style, like a lot of dialogue, just pictures of the. Oh, yeah, okay. There's just pictures of the characters, and while I very much enjoy that as a gameplay concept, and it's a good way of telling a story. Oh god, this thing bowl. It's not a unique way of telling a story, but I think it's an efficient way of getting across dialogue, personality, even sometimes urgency. It opens a lot of. Nice, he's flipping poor. Oh god. He does a lot of damage. Not as much as Hovel. He probably wouldn't one-shot me, but you can do this. Oh god. I need to. You can stab his butt, and it does a lot of damage. But it's the armor. No. Okay. Okay, that was good. Anyway, like I was saying, Nep 1. Yeah, I call it Nep 1. You know, you'd see why. I started a playthrough. But anyway. If I did... God, I don't know how I dodged that. If I did start a playthrough, I don't think I would use the voices. I don't think I would just go silent for the time that the visual novel portions are going. I think I would turn off the voices and do my own. But I'm really hesitant to do that because I'm a guy and all of the characters are females based on video game consoles and teams and developers and publishers. They're all female. They're all like little girls, and they're not little girls, but that should make me sound creepy. But I would want to do voices for them instead of just being silent, because that'd be boring. But you hear my voice. It's not it's not high-pitched. I can't do a decent girl voice. I mean, I could just do my own, I guess, male interpretations. Rule 63, am I right? But, I don't know. I guess I'll ask some of my friends. Oh, that's the bell. That's a really interesting gameplay concept in my opinion. Because you'll see the boss I might get to in this episode. I probably will. The boss that I fight are called the Bell Gargoyles. And, which I consider the first boss of the game. The Taurus Demon is not that difficult, and Pavel isn't that difficult if you're an idiot. But every time you kill the Bell Gargoyles, you have to ring their bells, and this is what they're defending. And every time someone does it, everyone else who's nearby hears the bells, and that was what I just heard there. I heard someone else beating the Bell Gargoyles. Good for them. I hope it was like a new player, and not like me, who's playing through this game for the 17th flipping time. But yeah, I love that. It has there's a lot of other stuff in this game like that I really appreciate from a design standpoint. Like, the ghosts you'll see of people walking around, the blood stains, which I probably won't see much of. And, yeah, a lot of world interaction with all the different characters, and I think that's one of the things that just puts the Soulsborne series above a lot of others. Like, a lot of my other beloved games don't really ever do this. I like a lot of single-player games and I guess I don't like a lot of competitive games anymore. I played the crap out of TF2 when I was younger. I got CSGO for like a week. What I mean by played the crap out of TF2, meaning I have like 770 hours or something in it. And I didn't idle. I never idled. People don't believe me when I say that, but I thought it seemed sketchy. I thought it seemed like rude to Valve. But they're getting their money's worth. They're getting their money's worth out of it. Actually, a friend of mine once made like a good 40 bucks, I think. 40 to 60 bucks off of TF2, just from one key. He got one of the new strange weapons or something. He made there's a strange huntsman. Huntsman was always my favorite weapon, so I almost goaded him into, oh my god, I'm the worst. I almost goaded him into giving it to me, but I'd have to pay him a hefty sum, because he got like 10 keys or something, and that was a pretty darn good deal. Oh my god. I'm using this. I don't need to get this. This is just a soul, but I feel like I need to. The completionist in me. Okay. So what else have I been doing? Nep 2. I've been playing through that. I have a good 20 hours in that. And I noticed that a bulk of the achievements are endings. There are like 9 endings in that game, and holy crap, that's too much for me. That's way too much. I like variety in games, but 9 endings? In a game like Neptunia, that's just harsh. Like, Neptunia 1, I got a good solid 2 playthroughs out of it, and I'm probably going to get another that I'm going to record, but oh, I don't think I could play through it 9 times. Naturally, I'm just going to make a save file and do some of them. Okay, these guys are an interesting little dynamic enemy. The first fun enemy you'll ever fight. Wait. God dang it, I skipped a section. I skipped 2 sections, actually. I'm gonna go back to that. I cannot skip that. I'm not gonna skip areas. I don't think I set down any major rules besides, I'm not gonna soul dupe. I'm fervently against that now. I wasn't before, ironically, but no soul duping. No, I'm gonna try to not get help from other actual people. I don't have anything against it, I just don't think it would suit the playstyle. Suit what I'm going for, which is a basically 100% playthrough. I'm gonna try and get every item. I'm not going to I guess my point is I'm not going to try and get the achievements. Oh god, this is the worst possible situation I could have found myself in. I'm not going to try to get all the achievements, all the Steam achievements, because I already have all of them, and I don't want to do 2.5 playthroughs. I suppose I could get like Charlie or someone to aid me, but I don't want to. I don't want to go through all that. It would be way too time consuming. And I'm already doing, I guess right now I'm doing 15-minute episodes, but there's nothing set in stone, right? Yeah. Female, why did they just make a male noise? Oh my god, I'm the worst. Please no. No senpai. Senpai. Senpai just means you're older than me, but it also means you're my peer, which means I have to respect you. I like Japanese honorifics. Honestly, the concept is just okay. My shield, this wooden shield, whew, pretty powerful. Doing significantly more damage than this guy than I was doing the Havel. That might just be the katana, actually. I could have switched weapons and probably. God, I hate this guy. These guys are Black Knights. I fought one in the first episode. They're a really fun enemy to fight, in my opinion. Even at the higher levels, they can still do a lot of damage to you. But there are, I believe, 3 different types. There's the Halberd Knights, the Great Sword Knights, and regular Sword Knights. As you can tell, this is a Great Sword Knight. The regular Sword Knight was what I fought in my... Oh, I did not expect that. I don't think he did a 3 combo. Anyway, so you told this is a Great Sword Knight. The regular Sword Knights have similarly giant swords, but they're just less so. Less giant. God. But yeah, this is one of the first enemies I ever fought in a game that I thought was a real challenge, a real difficult thing. The Baldur Knights gave me difficulty early on. Once I started soul duping, I really wasn't worried about them. Soul duping is shady, kids. Don't soul dupe. Real winners don't do soul duping. I guess I'm in no position to make that reference, considering I never really arcaded. I might do a review on the game Intake, which is a joke. God dang it, I only got a chunk. I wanted his sword. But yeah, the whole arcade thing. Apparently some arcade games started with something like real winners don't do drugs or something. I think the real something I added. Sorry, screwed up everything. Hate me in the comments. But okay, so all I've talked about is Nep 2 and Dark Souls 2. I'll get on what I've been watching lately. I believe I mentioned that over my vacation to Florida, I played through the game Chaos Head, and it's a visual novel that was released exclusively in Japan, if I recall correctly, and there's a fan translation out there. I won't give you any links, but it's out there. Just search, you'll find it. But it's a visual novel series made by the company Mages, or 5PB, as they're also known, which I learned of through Neptunia, because Mages and 5PB are both characters, because all the characters... Oh my god. All the characters in Neptunia are either based on video game companies or video game consoles. And Mages and 5PB are, well, I shouldn't just say video game companies and consoles, I should say Japanese video game companies and consoles, for the most part. Anyway, not all of them, but a large majority. And Mages and 5PB the company that made Chaos Head and other visual novels that I'll surely check out someday. They made Chaos Head. They have a series called Science Adventure. What could that possibly be about? They're sci-fi and visual novels, and Chaos Head is the first in the... There are currently 4 games in the series. I guess that's just called a series. Fourth in the science... It's the first in the Science Adventure series. And I played through it, and I got one of the endings, one of the 3 endings, and I could go and get the second ending anytime. I made a save file right before the end. It's not very difficult. But the third ending... Okay, so the interesting concept with Chaos Head, the game, is that the main character is basically delusional about many concepts and ideas, and he has these like hallucinations, and they always call them delusions. Delusion is a recurring word in the series, in the first game, and he has these hallucinations or delusions that range from complete paranoia to just the fact that the main character is a shut-in otaku who likes his anime and his MMOs. He actually plays an MMO called ESO, which I thought was hilarious because the Elder Scrolls Online, I don't know if they had any copyright issues with that, though I suppose Chaos Head came before Elder Scrolls Online. Though, can't be too sure. I don't know how far ahead they planned that. But anyway, he's a shut-in who likes his games and anime. He's obsessed with one certain anime character. And it's a really great game. I recommend it heavily. But oh yeah, I was gonna say about the third ending and why it's so difficult to get. The game concept that gives you some semblance of choice, besides the 3 endings, is that throughout the game there are 40 different scenes in which you can choose to give the main character these hallucinations. And you can always choose between 2 of them, a green one and a red one. And the game describes them as the green being good and the red being bad, but they're both pretty bad at times. I was pretty genuinely creeped out by some of the green ones, and the red ones were just borderline insane. Some of them just completely psychopathic. The green ones were disturbing at times. One of the funniest one was him imagining that his younger sister wanting to kiss him, which he actually was genuinely creeped out by, which I found hilarious. But that was a good scene. That was very early on in the game, so that's why I don't mind spoiling it. But anyway, there are these 40 different ones whether you can choose between a green or a red one. And to get the third ending, it requires you to go through and pick like 16 specific instances of this, and you have to choose a specific good or bad thing. You have to choose either the good or bad one specifically for like 16 of them throughout the game, ranging from like the first one to the 40th one. And I'm not willing to play through that game. It took me 30 hours to play through the game completely normally. I kind of skipped on a lot of the delusions. I did like 10 of them at the most. That's partially due to the fact that I was creeped out by a lot of them. A lot of the green ones. I only did one red one. I didn't know they existed because I didn't do my research on this game apparently. The only thing I knew about this game is that it came before Steins Gate. Steins Gate is a very, very well-reputed anime, but the anime is just an adaptation of the visual novel. So I was originally going to play the visual novel of Steins Gate, but Chaos Head took me so long to play, like I said, 30 hours, that I realized that I don't want to dedicate that much time to it. God dang it, I suck. I don't want to dedicate that much time to it anymore. 30 hours is way too much. I didn't want to dedicate that much. I didn't expect myself to. I don't think we're going to kill the bell gargoyles in this episode. If I do, then props to me. Really. I need to get my act together. But anyway, I didn't expect the game, the visual novel, to take me 30 hours to read through, and that's only one ending. I mean, I can easily get to it. It won't even take me an hour. It'll take me 10 minutes at the most. But I didn't expect it to be such a time sink. So I decided to watch the anime of Steins Gate, and I did. That's one of the things I did in the past like month. I watched through all of it, and I really enjoyed it. Like, God, the voice acting is wonderful. The animation is gorgeous, and the characters are fascinating. The writing is just amazing. It's a lot about time travel, and it's obviously in the same. Oh my God, I'm horrible. It's obviously in the same vein of Chaos, and Chaos had focusing around delusions and I guess mind control, psychic powers, that like sci-fi supernatural concept. Steins Gate focuses on time travel and sending your subconscious back in time, sending text messages back in time. Mostly the text messages, actually. There are only like 2 instances of actual time travel, as we think of it. It's all time travel. But it's a good like sci-fi romp with these really emotional, passionate scenes with these really dynamic characters that I just love. I just loved all the characters. Even the antagonistic characters, I should say. The only real antagonist is a government figure. It's not really any human. It's not a character. It's just a corrupt group that you never actually see throughout the anime, technically. And it's so emotional, so moving. Like I said, the time travel is not flawless. It does not have. It has loopholes. It has errors, errors of continuity, errors of timelines, and I guess you could just throw that all away, saying they were being ambitious. They tried to make it an emotional time travel story, which I think is a miracle in of itself that they managed to pull it off without being terrible. God, these, yeah. And I absolutely loved it. And Chaos Head, I can't compare it to Chaos Head. They're very different conceptually, because Chaos Head focused a lot on paranoia and hallucinations and fear and just letting your mind run wild with what you see and what you experience. And it was very human to see all that, especially for me, because I'm kind of a shut-in myself. I'm not really one of the most outgoing guys. I can be pretty scared of things at times. I have a lot of legitimate paranoia that I'm at points just, it's hard for me to deal with. But Chaos Head, it had a lot to relate to, a lot to appreciate, especially from the writing, and that was marvelous. Honestly, the writing was not the golden feature of that game. It was more the sound design was wonderful. The visuals were passable, especially the beginning scene, which is the beginning scene is very powerful, especially, well, I guess only if you know the story in the last scene. It's one of those things that starts with the last scene of the story. It starts completely out of order, and that's a writing mechanic. I'm a writer. That's why my moniker is Swiftpen. But yeah, that's a writing technique. It's a very common one. I think I just recently read a well-known story with that doesn't go in chronological order. I thought I did. Man, I can't remember. I know Steins Gate does not go in order, technically, but it kind of does. Oh my god, my brain is... I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying talking about this. I hope it's fun to listen to. That's one of my main fears as, I guess, an inspiring YouTuber. And I guess an inspiring writer, too. It's hard to gauge whether what I find fun to do will be enjoyable to my audience. Which I guess most of my audience right now is my friends, the people over at Tanashi. Shout out to them, you guys are awesome. It's my friends, people at Tanashi. It's random people who like Tanashi, people who watch Jaeger. I don't have a fan base. I don't have dedicated subscribers that I guess don't know me in person or aren't getting to know me in person as of right now. Tanashi folks, shout out, you guys rock. But yeah, it's fun for me. Steins Gate, I loved Steins Gate. I loved talking about it because it was very, very powerful. The last scene was... The last couple scenes were just like... I was literally on the edge of my seat, and I was sitting on my bed, so that's impressive. Yeah, man, I actually just today started the Chaos Head anime, which I've heard from many sources is a complete train wreck, one of the worst anime to ever come out of the Science Adventure series. I've even heard much better reviews of the third game, Robotics Notes, third anime, which I'm definitely going to check that out. It's about like AI, and that's always an interesting concept. I like time travel the best, so I might be biased towards Steins Gate, but I love writing time travel. Time travel is so fun. That's definitely not an easy concept to nail. I thought about it. I started writing out some ideas on time travel and how insanely difficult it is to nail, how insanely complicated it is to get it to be, oh god. I'm really disappointed in myself. I really am not this bad. It's just my damage output is so disappointing to me that I'm having a lot of trouble. I guess I can compare damages. The rapier's a lot better. Oh, God, I'm doing terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Let me gather my thoughts for a little bit. I guess just watch and enjoy. Come at me, bro. Fuck, he came at me. He did it. Props to him for coming at me. For having the balls. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away with myself nowadays. Especially now that it's later at night, I do not have a grip on my sanity. That's one thing about me that you might want to know. As the nights go on, I usually get a little woozy as the night goes on. A little tired, you know, like a normal person, and I get bad at video games, but I also have a lot of fun, like a lot of fun. Like I'm having so much fun. Like I'm honestly exhilarated right now, and I'm just talking about flipping anime, dying to Baldur Knights. So I guess that kind of means YouTube is working out for me right now. I'm recording these videos. I guess that's really telling. Just the fact that I just enjoy. Dark Souls is one of my favorite games that I have not played in 3-4 weeks, and I still love it. It's just that I'm not on top of my game, and I feel like I could be bringing better content than this. But I also feel like that if you guys get as much enjoyment out of this as I am, then no problem, you know? But yeah, I'm gonna try and find a focus track. I'm gonna try and focus my mind. Oh god, I forgot about the channel. I'm gonna try to focus my mind a little bit. I'm gonna try and get it together slightly. And okay, I guess I could talk about like gaming news. I haven't recorded a video since no, I recorded my City Sleeps review right after, well, a couple weeks after E3 and all that nonsense. The new Final Fantasy, the Final Fantasy VII remake, which I'm so excited about. I mean, I'm gonna play through the original Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to finish Final Fantasy 13, duh. I want to play through Final Fantasy VII. I have it on Steam. I have played it. That's not the first Final Fantasy game I played. I played 10 on PlayStation 2 with my sister. That was my first Final Fantasy game. And then there was Dirge of Cerberus, which is a game I never expected to be that much fun. It's a third-person shooter made by Square Enix. It's set in the Final Fantasy universe, which is such a weird concept if you think about it, because what's Square Enix known for? They're known for Kingdom Hearts, god dang it, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, which is like half turn-based, half like real-time hack and slash, and third-person shooter is one of the furthest genres from any of those. Like, you could make a visual novel and there could be a Square Enix visual novel that might be, now that I think about it. But Square Enix is also known for, well, Square specifically, I believe, made Space Invaders. Big name, especially coming from Squeenix. I like calling them Squeenix. It's a fun name. Or Squaresoft. I like calling Squaresoft confuses so many people because they're not called Squaresoft anymore. They're called Square Enix because they merged. It's like a fun fact. You can tell people that World of Warcraft was technically published by the people who made Call of Duty, because Activision Blizzard is a merged company, and if you can say that Square Enix made Space Invaders, then you can say that Activision Blizzard made World of Warcraft. The entire Warcraft, well, not the entire Warcraft series. I believe the original. Oh, by the way, this is a Smith. Very important guy. Very important for reinforcing. Oh my God, I did not need to leave. He's a bro. Andre Vistora. I'm just gonna keep on rambling about nonsense, like E3. That's what I was talking about originally. I think I went on the ramble about Square Enix. They announced that the Final Fantasy thing with the little, that looked like the Funko Pop figurines, and I'm hesitant to judge that because it could be good. You don't know. I guess a lot of people are hesitant because I think it's free to play. I don't want to say anything else. I don't care. E3 I was so excited about E3 when I was younger. Back when I played for them Soul Calibur 3 and Dragon Quest 7. No. Dragon Quest 9? I don't know. Whichever one is called Sentinels of the Starry Skies. Played the crap out of that. I never beat it. Actually, I started playing it again recently, and oh god, is it slow. I guess after Neptunia Final Fantasy 13, it's a lot different pacing. It's a lot different style. I mean, it's still Square Enix, but it's Dragon Quest. It's not Final Fantasy. Duh. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Ugh. Please no. I am doing significantly more damage now that I upgraded this. Wow, if only I knew it took her that much. Should have repaired it too, I'm an idiot. But anyway, E3. I believe some other things were announced. Nintendo sucked. Their best game was probably Mario Maker, from what I remember. Which, mad props to them for releasing Mario Maker. I believe that's a very, very unique title for them. They've never really done anything like that, especially in the Mario franchise. I guess the closest would be, I don't want to fucking know. It's ambitious. It's unique. It's potentially a gold mine. Stuff like that. Weird concepts like that are. I think that really keeps a franchise alive. I feel like Super Mario 3D World was a good, like, solid 3D Mario, but it wasn't anything new. It wasn't anything insanely ambitious. It was just a formula, and there's nothing wrong with that. A formula can be good. I guess Bloodborne kind of followed a Souls formula, and it's a beautiful game. It's wonderful. It's creative, but they just took a formula and they ran with it. With Mario, I have to admit it's different. They're not taking a franchise and running with it. They're just kind of taking a franchise, and there's not too much merit in just using a franchise, in my opinion. Like, I feel like Dark Souls 2 kind of had that problem. Dark Souls 2 felt like a sequel was made because Dark Souls 1 was so good. You don't need to do that. You don't need to make a sequel just because the first one's popular. You don't need to make HD remasters just because flipping the first game looks bad. Several of them. But I'm trying to think of examples of games that really didn't need sequels, but got them anyway. I would argue Borderlands. That's not a popular opinion. Borderlands 2 is kind of well liked, from what I can tell. I hate it. I like the multiplayer, and that's it. And I bought it. I pre-ordered that game. I paid $50 straight up, and I am not satisfied with what I got. My money. I've not paid $50 for a game since then. I don't plan on it. The most expensive game I bought recently was Neptunia 2, which was $20. Well, I bought Neptunia 1, which was $30, but that was not my money. Shout out to flipping my friend Gio for flipping buying me that crap on a whim. It's for my birthday, but she doesn't have to watch this. But anyway, I'm trying to think of other games that didn't need sequels. I think Dark Souls kind of needed a sequel. I just feel like a lot of Dark Souls 2's problems was that it was a sequel, just because it needed to be a sequel. This guy's a jerk. This guy's Knight Lautrick. I always make jokes that he's a lout. He's a lazy lout that is a jerk. His name's not Rick. Yeah, I'm not really cut out for this whole YouTube thing, I think. I'm enjoying this way too much, and I don't feel like I'm providing legitimate content. I'm whiny. I'm a self-deprecating, whiny son of a doof, and No offense, my parents, neither of them are doofs. Just berating myself. But yeah. Hang on, let me check. I'm using a timer. A professional lie. Oh god, I should wrap this up here. But no, I'll give you guys what you need and what you deserve, which is an epic fight with the Bell Gargoyles. So I'm just gonna let this run until I kill the Bell Guards. It should be an easy fight. I'll have Solaire. I'll get Loud Trick, because you can summon Loud Trick for this fight, but you have to go down Firelink to talk to him. But look at this! An elevator to Firelink. I'm trying to think of any last minute topics I want to touch on before I wrap this up, and I'm actually going to record another review, I think, after this. I'm going to start producing more content now that I'm a member of Tanashi. Shout out to Tanashi, they're great. That's my third shout out to Tanashi, I think. Shout out to Tanashi, but anyway, I'm trying to think of any last minute things. I can't think of anything. Honestly, If you summon Metal, he's also a huge jerk. He's the worst. Okay. Now that he uses dialogue, he's actually... If you just kinda let things go from here, you, okay. If you just don't do anything to him, which I'm not going to, he'll kill this Firekeeper and then leave and go to Anne Rolando later. You can kill him and get because killing the Firekeeper kind of destroys this bonfire. You don't want that to happen, because you kind of need it. But, okay, I'm going to think really hard on last minute topics so I don't fail you. I will not fail you, my viewers, my beautiful viewers. My beautiful, like, 20 viewers, like 7 of which are people I know. I guess I can start talking about the things that Neptunia has really opened me up to, because all the different, there are so many characters. There are like, I want to say 15, 16 characters in Rebirth 1. There are the 4 CPUs who are all based on video game consoles, which in Rebirth 1 are Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, which I believe is the 7th gen of consoles. We are currently in the 8th gen, which I believe the most recent Neptunia game is 8th gen, but the one I've played, the first one, Rebirth 1, not the first Neptunia game, they're based on Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii, and the main character, the namesake, is the Sega Neptune, which is a console that was never released. I don't know why. I don't know why it never went past developmental stages. Maybe because I don't think Sega had beautiful sales of the Dreamcast? I'm literally just making this up right now. I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure Dreamcast sales weren't amazing. I think they were just mediocre at best. I don't know if they were terrible, but because like the first Shenmue game was released on both Shenmue games released on Dreamcast, and heck, Shenmue's getting a sequel. I'm excited about that, by the way. I watched Video Game Donkey's flippin' playthrough of Shenmue 2, and okay, first of all, Donkey's hilarious, and I love him, and I'm just gonna nerd about him right now before I do later, because I'm sure to. I want to nerd about Donkey. He's probably my favorite YouTuber, but he did a playthrough of Shenmue 2 way back when. This is one of his earliest playthroughs, and it was hilarious. Shenmue 2 looks like an amazing game. I'm sad that Donkey never finished it. He lost a lot of footage. But it looks like a beautiful game. I'm going to love watching people play Shenmue 3, because I'm not going to buy a next-gen console. Okay, so Belgaros, this is a laggy cutscene. See, I hit start there, and I'm sorry I skipped the cutscene. I didn't actually mean to. Anyway, this guy's kind of cool because you can cut off his tail. This is one of the first tail cut fights in the game. There are many tail cut fights, and you get his halberd. You get a halberd, which is his tail. Oh god. I don't want to kill him. I want to take his tail. So, partners in crime, please. Okay, I got his tail. That stuns him for a while too. So, also, okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Electricity is very powerful against gargoyles of any kind, even flipping Dark Souls 2, honestly. I think I just made him bleed. But anyway, Latrick is still there, just help me out, so that was really easy. A really epic fight, obviously. It was simple. It's a simple fight. Anyway, 10k souls, nice. Shenmue 3, super excited about that. But yeah, Neptunia, let's talk about Neptunia and the things it's opened me up to. So all the companies and stuff, I'm kidding. There's never going to talk about this anymore. I've really enjoyed recording this. That butt. Get that butt. Let me get that butt. Okay, I've really enjoyed recording this. This session has been very, very fun for me. I've loved nerding about stuff. I'm a huge nerd. I always call myself the king of the nerds among my friends because I just won't stop. But anyway, here, watch this awesome cutscene of a bell ringing. This has been Swiftpen. It's been fun playing this good game with you guys. But, time for this to end. See ya, you beautiful viewers.